Welcome back to my channel. This is a quick read for Taurus. I'm sorry I missed Taurus for you in August. So this is just a quick read for September. Been really busy lately, and I'm sorry I don't get them out routinely. I just consider this. I know there's a lot of other great readers out there, and I'm just doing some additional reads in addition, just because I can only do random ones. So anyway, just wanted to quickly let you know what I see here. I did pull a few advice cards as well, and I have a beautiful deck that I just wanted to say thank you to. The person who gave it to me is very, very dear to me, and this is actually the Astral Realms Crystal Oracle, Dark Moon Crystals. So that is the card of introspection and adaptability, and I've done some clarifiers here with the General Tarot. So of course we're starting out there with Seven of Wands is kind of where it's ending up here. Anyway, I'm just going to shortcut things and just quickly get into it. I do see that it looks like there's going to be some kind of a relationship here that is going to be challenged in the month of September. There might be some money issues or some kind of a confrontation or some kind of issue around that anyway. It looks like there's some kind of a communication that you're waiting on as well. Maybe there's business coming in or something that is still yet to be dealt with, but there is definitely some issues around your self-development that you're taking some time out to really stop and review. But there's also a reason for you to really slow it down and not overreact, because we do have a Tower moment coming in here. And I do feel there's sort of a strong motivation or a drive in regards to a relationship, something that you want to do, something that you want from someone. But whatever this long-term commitment situation is, could be career, money, finance as well. But this is, to me, seems to be more relationship oriented. I do feel like there is definitely some letdown around abundance. It looks like there's money issues here as well, not just relationship issues. So again, I do feel that you are taking that time out. Again, we've got the advice cards here with introspection and adaptability. So clearly you're having to adjust some of your thinking here in this month to be able to go forward. The card of the fish, of course, is that card of, could be dealing with a Pisces here as well, but the Pisces or an Aquarius or some kind of a water sign, Cancer as well. But I do feel that with that card, again, that's really speaking to money issues in my mind here. And I do feel like, because the clarifier is the mice card, that there is some issue around that might be contributing to a lack of finances. Like I say, you could be waiting on something here, or something's not coming through fast enough, or whatever this is, because there's communication around it as well. And it looks like it could be coming in this month, but I don't know when exactly just yet, but we'll get to the cards, the tarot here as well in a second. But again, it is something that's really bothering you around the financial aspect. So again, whether this is a setback, whether this is, financially feeling restrained in some way, or there's a reduction, but either way, it's all about, a loss of maybe even time as well. But it does put you in a position where you feel like you are making a mistake, or a mistake has been made, or, there's something that needs to be reevaluated and able for you to feel like you can put yourself back into that comfort zone. But either way, it's a little bit of fear and worry here. But again, there is some positive cards still coming out. But moving on to the card of the birds. So that one is still around some, bird's eye view, taking a step back, trying to change a perspective around a particular issue, really trying to gain some, gain some grounding, I would say, because it's really a restless card, and I feel like you're trying to find a way to resolve a problem, or understand a problem, or understand someone else in regards to a problem. But you are not to act too quickly or communicate too quickly, is really what that advice is coming through with. Because like I say, there's a lot of cards here around anxiousness or nervous energy, something that needs to be resolved and very problematic, and it's taking its toll on you here. But it is in around your security, and it certainly feels like you need to just slow it down, shed some light on a situation, and really take a look at, if you've resolved something before. When was it when you were last in this position before and you were able to get through it? And yes, there was light at the end of the tunnel. This is just another one of those moments where you just have to, bear down. And if it is a need to cut back on something until you can see your way through this storm, then, you make the modifications as you need to. But it's just to be about being careful during this time in a financial way here. And again, there is some soul searching I feel that you're kind of doing here in terms of your own self-development, just to be able to keep your grounding. So that's really what the garden is all about. I feel like you might be, in a bit of a dark place, and something is going to come to the surface here. It also stands for, that garden card stands for sort of public, or a lot of socializing, or something in around that realm, or something could be networking, that kind of thing, where things are starting to open up a little bit more in that area. So in the month of September, there might be a lot more communication, or a lot more togetherness, or whatever, with friends or family, or at least you're networking in some way. But there is some kind of sense of personal harmony that's still there, that you can ground yourself with, or that you need to be, focusing more on that area, as I say, because there is a sense of calmness, though. So I feel like this is where you're headed. I feel like you will be able to obtain that grounding, and recognize that you do have some kind of power in the situation. And so you will be able to improve it over time. So we also have the card of the Lovers. So the Lovers card is one of, so just moving on into sorry, I'm just going to bring that over. So the Lovers card is certainly one of, could be important relationships. Doesn't have to be a love relationship, but it does certainly speak to an important alliance or connection to somebody that is impacting you this month. So I do feel whatever that partnership is, and it could certainly speak to a Gemini energy here as well. But it definitely speaks it speaks to something kind of renewed in a particular way. With that Two of Wands energy, something is going forward. So it is about a choice. It is about, it certainly feels like a choice here between the Lovers as well as the Two of Wands. The twos represent that, but there is some kind of balance that's coming through. So there's some kind of adjustment that needs to be made here. And again, with the introspection and the adaptability card above, I feel like that is also in the wings there. That's also relevant. So you are facing some kind of a decision about a relationship, and maybe it is where you feel divided. The two of you feel divided in some particular way, not seeing eye to eye about a situation, whatever this is. But I do feel like, in terms of your finances, I feel like there is some kind of a decision or some kind of togetherness that needs to be worked on, so that you've got that coalition of common forces, and that both of you are able to move ahead and get into, make a stronger mindset to be able to go forward. Right now, there's a division, there's a halt, there's some kind of a holding pattern there. And again, of course, we also have the King of Wands. So that also is that same energy of wanting to go forward, but not able to really take action on something because something's been halted. And that Tower moment is really what is the thing that's halted you here. So I feel like you've got some sense of a direction, but you can't really quite go forward again because of maybe there's some kind of a legality or something with the Hierophant card. Maybe there is some kind of additional information that needs to be worked through that involves a corporate entity. But either way, this, that King is still an authoritative, mature energy, and it is a sense of having an idea of where they want to go with something, but somebody's maybe not on board, or something has not yet been communicated, or something is just not ready to complete. Either way, with that Tower moment, something's coming to light here. And I do feel like this could be a locking of heads, even potentially with somebody in a business. That could be kind of a fireside sort of fire sort of energy, but the King is definitely representing, closure of a plan of some sort. So that Tower moment, like I say, whatever that brings to light here, it is maybe something that you took a risk on that didn't really go as well, or you're anticipating that it won't go well, but you need to take some careful planning before going ahead here. It's a really ambitious card, and certainly it's a planning card with the Hierophant here as well, but that Tower really offsets it and really is showing some sense of, again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, somebody here that is just, they're fueling a situation here. I just feel like there is some kind of tension of some sort that's going on there. Okay, so just going to wrap it up here, and we're going to get right into the final cards here. So I'm just going to go in with the Seven of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Abundance of the Empress, and the Moon and the Five of Cups. I pulled quite a few here because I just wanted to see if there was anything that would kind of stand out a little bit more. But unfortunately, what I'm seeing here is either somebody was trying to get away with something, or you feel like somebody, you know, kind of duped you on something, whether this was financial, but I feel like there was some kind of, something's really causing you to go inward here. And I do feel it's upsetting your happiness. And I do feel it upsets the financial balance here as well. There's a lot of worry about something here with that Seven of Wands, or sorry, Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords energy, it's a lot of mental energy that's going out here, with not only just that Seven of Swords, but the Nine of Swords, the Moon, the Five of Cups. There could be even a little bit of depression or something that is kind of being fueled here. Over whatever this situation is. Maybe there's worry that somebody is kind of moving off in another direction in this alliance, in this partnership. You're worried about what the future will hold, something like that. But either way, again, with that Seven of Swords energy, there is still a sense that, you know, whether you feel like you've had to negotiate something, or you're going to be negotiating something with a partner or a close love interest or whatever, I just feel like you don't feel like you're in control of the situation here. You know, everything from the Tower to the Five of Cups to the Moon, I feel like you just are really emotionally worried about this scenario. So, I mean, it could be even ruminating to the point of paranoia, and, you know, really not really seeing the adventure maybe in the situation. I feel like it does take you out of your comfort zone. So you're really not sure that you want to go down this path here. Again, with the Moon card, there's a lot of water energy here still coming through, but it just feels like there's a lot of uncertainty, and you really need to deal with this before you can move into the month with more security. The outcome, however, were the Queen of Cups as well as the Chariot. So these two cards really do mean that you are following your intuition. There is definitely a reason for you to feel like you've got, and again, there's more Cancer energy, there's more water energy. But I do feel like there's a lot of strength that's still coming through here. I feel like you're just going to trust your intuition. I feel like you could be dealing with, this could be you with a Queen of Cups, sort of an emotional energy. Because again, there feels like there's a lot of mental and emotional anguish or concern. But I do feel like overall, again, with that Chariot, that there's a choice. There could be a bit of an impasse here at some point here, but again, there is a choice that's being made in a direction that's being chosen. And whether you're on board or not, fully, I feel that you are moving in the direction of support anyway. So again, that the Chariot is still a card of success, and it is still a card of victory. So I feel like you have a lot to look forward to. I don't think you're making the wrong decisions here. Again, with that Hierophant energy earlier on, I mean, it still speaks to being stable and down to earth and creating strategies. And I still feel like there's a long-term plan at hand here. And I think it's just a matter of choosing a direction with the Chariot. Like I said, you're deciding on a plan of action. You're creating your own destiny. You're still in control of things, even though there's a lot of hardship and a lot of angst over how, you know, whether or not you should go ahead and make this change. But I feel like you're still going to make the change nonetheless. The start of the energy is in the month of September, and I'm sure it'll proceed beyond that. But overall, you're going to embark on a journey, and I feel like it's still going to be one of self-discovery, and it's purposeful. And I do feel like you have, you know, maybe a feeling of being mentally worn down, maybe a little vulnerable, like I said, with those preceding cards there. But there definitely is progress being made. So do not fear. We also have some of the other cards that I pulled that are just going to be out here as advice cards, the Eight of Gabriel, a great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results, and important communication. And then we also have Five of Michael. There's some kind of a change coming for sure. The situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachment to the outcome. Consider taking a more uplifting approach, as well as the Eight of Michael. You can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation because you're not seeing something clearly. You're looking at the limitations and you're not seeing the potential in a situation. Last cards out here, and sorry, just doing this en route, so it's a little bit messy. But again, this card here is introspection. This one I'm going to have to read. I do not know these cards very well. They are fairly detailed. But if you are able to get a fluorite card, fluorite gem stone, this is the one that would help you to deal with whatever it is that you're dealing with this month. So it is about self-sufficiency, confidence, and free thinking. Introspection is an essential part of your self-actualization and spiritual progression. Take the time and the space to look within to examine your emotions, your thoughts, your strengths, and your weaknesses. And last but not least, address your grievances or commendations and ask yourself questions as a way to check in. Take guidance from the star Asterion of the Cans, sorry if I mispronounced this, Venatici constellation. Asterion is depicted as a hound, a hunting dog that plays, as a metaphor for you taking a deep dive to hunt for inward answers. Asterion is a representation of your willingness to make the effort to refocus your mind, emotions, and thoughts, to head in a direction that gives you the opportunity to grow and develop spiritually. Mindful, healthy reflection can bring you back to yourself, connecting you to your body, emotions, thoughts, and spirit. While self-reflecting, use fluorite to repair and cleanse your auric field while simultaneously activating your chakras. And fluorite will help you keep calm in the midst of chaos, and over-analytical thoughts urges you to be flexible, to think freely rather than boxing yourself in. Fluorite boosts your confidence, your self-confidence, so you can speak your mind and articulate your thoughts and ideas. But remember, earlier the card said just to be really careful and cautious about the way that you approach something. Don't aggressively deal with something. Ask the questions first of yourself and how you would want that phrased, but it urges you to be self-sufficient and not to put all your happiness into the hands of others. So if you really are uncertain about somebody's direction and somebody else moving in a particular direction, you perhaps could be the one that could help balance things out by doing something that you feel you have more control over within. So again, it's just about building your self-confidence, but rather than finding things outside of yourself, you're going to be addressing things by releasing blockages, getting rid of old lingering emotions, and that will allow you to make the changes that you need to be able to move forward. So last card out is adaptability, and that, of course, to me, I just screams Two of Pentacles. But anyway, adaptability is using the lace agate crystal, and this one is all about balance, flexibility, and flow. How do you approach familiar or uncomfortable situations? Energy is always shifting and altering, and the way that you individually respond to these shifts in energy, flow, has a huge impact on the direction of your life. If there is resistance, harmful fear-based energy blockages may manifest that can make life much harder for you to navigate. So the ability to adapt and be fluid when energy is flowing around and through you is a valuable skill, and you are being reminded to go with the flow. So what you resist persists. And you want to use the element of air for lessons in fluidity and adaptability, as it remains permeable by using logic, intellect, and reason to comprehend such energetic changes. So when you're able to experience the balance that the air element bestows, your mind is more flexible and free to comprehend the changes that it needs to adapt to. And just to round it up, agate contains many similar traits to the air element, as it is a healing stone typically known for providing balance, stability, and strength. So that's what you're lacking in this month, and this is what you need to deal with from a soft, healing perspective, and just connect to the energy of the earth, and that will help to radiate some of the grounding, walking through nature, that kind of thing, while you go through these changes. So concentrating on something that is important to you, artistic, or something that really allows you to focus, will also help you to keep your mind off of things that unsettle you and unground you and distract you. So just practice ways to move your energy around, and that will help to develop the tools that you'll need for this month. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight, Taurus, and have a great month. And I'll try to do a few more reads here for you in the coming months. Sorry about August. Life got busy. Have a great day. Keep moving forward.